The failing Democratic strategy after wins in Georgia and South Carolina, Republicans chalking up their fourth straight special election victory during the Trump presidency. So does the Democratic Party need a new game plan? Here now is Guy Benson, townhall.com political editor and a Fox News contributor, and Robin Biro, former Obama campaign regional field director. Thanks for joining us. Guy, let me start with you. So I've been hearing the defense from the left all day. They're saying, hey, listen, these are Republican states anyway. You know, these people should have won anyway. The fact that it was so close shows, you know, the enthusiasm on the Democratic side. What do you think?
Well, first of all, I have to toot my own horn because I'm so rarely correct, and you pressed me to go on the record a few weeks ago on this show about this race, and I predicted a narrow Handel victory, even when it wasn't looking so great in the polls. So
I should have started with that. Forgive me, my friend.
It's fine. I got lucky. I got lucky on this one. Look, the Democrats, I understand what they're doing here. They have to spin. They have to figure out a way to make this less painful than it is. Yes, these are Republican districts. Yes, the Democrats have gained in their vote share in 3 of those 4 races, not Georgia. But they dropped $30 million in a district that Donald Trump barely won by 1.5 points in 2016 with all this momentum and all the hype and all the media attention, and they flopped. And the Republican actually more than doubled Donald Trump's margin in that district, a very well-educated, suburban, affluent district, the exact type of place that Democrats are going to need to flip if they want to win back the House in 2018. I don't think we should put too much stock in any special elections. We are so far away from the 2018 elections.
Right.
But Democrats wanted this one badly. They didn't get it, and saying anything else is spin.
Robin, you know, when you look at the mold of who you think would be a successful Democrat going forward, looking at the next candidate, do you think that this candidate we saw in Ossoff, is he the right mold? I mean, do you feel like that was a success because it was close, or does this tell you you should try for some different kind of person since he didn't win?
I'm going to answer your question, but first, Guy, I say you're right for tooting your own horn. And here I am today eating my buffet of crow and humble pie.
You're a good man. You're a good man.
But I will say that, yes, Ossoff, we're getting there. He did energize. We pulled off a 19-point swing in the Georgia 6 within a matter of 7 months. We didn't get to our goal. But what I'm most concerned about is that the DNC, frankly, ignored the 3 other states, Kansas, Montana, and South Carolina. And they achieved basically the same result. I mean, they dumped $30 million into Georgia. And I understand the strategy. But, you know, we've got to redistribute these funds into other states as well, and consider Middle America and the South. So, you know, I think we're getting there. We're making progress, but we've got some work to go.
Although,
go ahead, yeah.
Can I just respond to that? Because I think that there's an argument to be made on that point, and you just made it. It's a decent argument, but I wonder what you think of this. I've heard some other people saying and making the point, if the Democrats had poured a bunch of money into South Carolina, for example, in that race, a very conservative district, although it was, you know, a Democratic district for many years, it's a very red district in terms of ideology. If they had raised the stakes in South Carolina and spent more resources, that would have raised the profile of the race. The Republicans would have gotten more engaged, and the GOP base would have turned out much more than they did, which is why the margin was so close.
Yeah, I heard that theory, too. I thought that was really interesting. Robin, what do you think about that?
You know, that's a good point. In South Carolina, we had an entirely different game plan. It was much more grassroots, on the ground, and you know, that basically already proves my point that the money didn't make really any difference here with Ossoff, because it did raise the profile, and this was the most expensive race in history to achieve basically the same result. So who's to say?
Interesting. All right, guys, thank you.